So, good day to everybody. I'm Stephen Neshiba, and I'm going to be your instructor for Chem 120 this semester. That's Chem 120 Section C and D. And the idea of these videos is that we can spend a little bit more time working on problems together in lecture at the lecture time, and less time going over stuff like this, which you can see in a video as you wish. So we're trying to set up that model. So there's these things that you can call me. I'm Stephen Neshiba. You can call me Nash. You can call me Professor Neshiba. Labs associated with this course are Tuesday evening. That's mine. Wednesday afternoon. That's also mine. Wednesday evening, Professor Amanda Mifflin will be teaching that lab course, and then Thursday evening you guys have me again. There will be some of you in this course who are in a different lab section, and those of you who are in a different lab section who are not with me or Amanda, I need to see you after class so that we can kind of make sure that we're kind of coordinated properly. So you have this, this course overview document, and I'd like you to bring it up on your computer right now so you can kind of read along with me on this. I'm just not going to spend very much time on it in lecture on when we begin the course on Tuesday, because we have some other business to take care of. So the course overview, the course is exploration of general chemistry, and it's just a little bit more quantitative than last semester, and a little bit more mathematical than what you had last semester. I've got a kind of an outline of the course mechanics, like what we're going to be doing the whole week, and the pattern that we're trying to do here is Monday and Tuesday kind of are lecture days. Thursday, Friday are hands-on computational days or hands-on group work days. This is important for you to know because you are only going to come on Thursday or on Friday. So you get to choose, but you have to stick with your choice. What I would like you to do in coming in on Tuesday on our first class meeting is if you have preferences for one of those days, or if you want to stay with the study group, then just be prepared that you're going to have to make that decision. And so on. There's going to be videos to watch certainly before the Thursday, Friday sessions. There's going to be Excel work and other sort of things to get done. And then, of course, we've got labs. Already talked about that. I have an attendance policy. I want you to read that attendance policy. Let's see, the text. We all know the text is the same as text in last semester. Materials, a calculator with scientific notation and logarithms. For lab, you got to have a laboratory notebook and goggles. And let me just show you. I'll bring this to class, but it's going to be different laboratory notebooks from what you had last semester. This is the sort of laboratory notebook you want. It's got to be about this size. There are other options that you'll find in the bookstore. It doesn't have to. Some of the options, some of the books have crosshatch lines. That's kind of your choice, but I do want it nicely bound like this, and if possible to have it already have page numbers on it, but if you don't have page numbers on it, it's not a big deal. You can just write them in. Let's see, computer programs. We are going to use a program called Spartan in this course, and we are all going to use a program, well, we're going to use Excel. I'm going to use both of those to a lot. I want you to get good at both of those sorts of programs. So for that reason, that's what the Thursday, Friday sessions are all about. At least initially in the course, it's going to be a lot of that. If you'll notice on the schedule, which I don't have in my hands right now, but there's another document that's a link on the Moodle site. The schedule includes a computational practical exam. So the computational practical exam means that we're going to say here's this objective in Excel and have you actually do it right then and there, or in this other program called Spartan. Moodle, I mentioned Moodle. I hope you guys are all familiar with Moodle. There's a Moodle site for the lecture part of the course, combined Chem 120 C and D, but there's also a Moodle site for the lab, and they are both they're on this handout. You can I've put some the searchable names for those that you can find them in Moodle. Let's see. Well, Oh, labs also will be a little bit different this semester in that we really want to emphasize the procedure what you're doing, as opposed to last semester, which was more emphasis on the observations. And it will be sort of both this semester. And because of that, and we'll let you know more about this, but just as a kind of a preview, what will be happening is that you're going to be printing out labs and then possibly taping the procedural parts into part of the lab. So we'll talk about that a little bit more when I got in front of you. So also quizzes, I would like you to be able to come into lab and, having read the pre-lab materials, having done what other, possibly some exercises, and we'll have a quiz at the beginning of the lab that will just kind of motivate you to come in thoroughly prepared. Let's see, worksheets at the end of the lab. We're going to try to engineer it. Amanda and I are both going to try to engineer it so that at the end of the lab period, you will hand in a worksheet, and that will be the end of your obligations for that lab. So that's how hopefully that will ease things up a little bit for you. There's an item on my handout about academic integrity. You should read that. Plagiarism, go check with the logger, in the student handbook about what exactly plagiarism means. So let's see, what else? Classroom emergency response, make sure you have a look about that. And then after that, there's the grading, breakdown, quizzes, 4-hour exams. So we will have 4-hour exams in the course. You get to drop the lowest one, the lowest score. As I mentioned before, a computation practical exam. Labs will count for something. I mentioned there's a lab practical exam just now. So we actually have two practical exams, one for the lab and one for the computational part in the course. And then a final exam worth 200 points, and there we go. So, I'm hoping that you'll look through this, and if you have some questions, we'll talk about it when we first meet on Tuesday.